There's a 34-year-old veterinarian in Ohio who's still writing patient notes by hand, on paper, in 2026. Not because she wants to, because nobody's built her a tool that actually understands what a vet clinic needs. And that one gap, that one annoying, boring, unsexy gap, is worth $2.1 billion. Today I'm breaking down a business model that doesn't need a viral product, doesn't need millions of users, and doesn't need you to compete with ChatGPT. It just needs you to find one industry everyone else is ignoring. Everyone's telling you to build an AI startup right now, build a chatbot, build a writing tool, build the next big app. Here's the problem. You're not just competing with other founders. You're competing with OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic themselves. If your product is summarize documents or write emails for me, you have a countdown timer. The next model update might just replace you. But there's a category of AI business that big tech companies don't want to touch because it's too specific, too niche, too boring for them to bother with. It's called vertical AI, and it's quietly becoming one of the most profitable business models of 2026. Here's the idea in one sentence. Instead of building software for everyone, you build one piece of software for one industry, and you go so deep into their specific problems that nobody can compete with you. Not AI for business. AI for veterinary clinics specifically. Not AI for construction. AI for the guy who spends 60 hours a week estimating construction bids by hand. Let me give you 3 real examples of gaps like this, sitting wide open right now. Veterinary clinics. A $2.1 billion software market growing 9% a year, and most clinics are still running on outdated systems for treatment plans, billing, and client communication. An AI tool that turns a vet's spoken notes into structured records automatically? That's a real sellable product. Dental labs, an $8.5 billion market in the US alone, where dentists are still sending prescriptions to labs by handwritten note or phone call. That miscommunication causes remakes on 5 to 8% of all cases industry-wide. A tool that standardizes that one communication step could save labs real money every single day. Construction bid estimation, sitting inside a $1.8 trillion industry, where estimators are burning 40 to 80 hours per bid manually. Automate even half of that, and you've built something a construction firm will pay for without blinking. None of these are exciting. That's exactly why they work. Nobody's fighting you for them. 3 reasons this beats a typical AI app idea. 1, you're not fighting for attention. You're not trying to go viral or beat 1,000 competitors in the App Store. You find the 100, 1,000, 10,000 businesses in your niche and you sell directly to them. 2, they don't leave. Once a vet clinic's patient records are inside your system, once a dental lab's entire workflow runs through your tool, switching is a nightmare for them. That's incredibly high retention, way higher than a random productivity app. 3, and this is the big one, this whole market is growing almost twice as fast as normal software. The vertical SaaS market is worth $143 billion in 2026, and it's growing at over 16% a year, nearly double the pace of general horizontal software. This isn't a theory. Companies like ServiceTitan and Viva built billion-dollar businesses doing exactly this, just one industry, done deeply. Here's the part everyone skips. How do you actually start this without a team, without funding, without knowing how to code from scratch? Step 1. Pick an industry you already have an in with. Maybe your uncle owns a dental lab. Maybe your friend runs a small construction firm. That relationship is your unfair advantage. Step 2. Build one tool for one specific pain point. Ask them directly, what's the most annoying, repetitive part of your week? That answer is your product. Step 3. You don't need to build this alone from scratch anymore. AI coding tools mean a solo person can build a working prototype in weeks, not months. Use that one business as your first customer and your test case. Step 4. Charge them, even $200 to $500 a month. That's not the end goal, that's proof the idea works. This is where it stops being a side hustle. Months 1 to 3. You've got one paying client. You refine the product based on their actual daily use, not guesses. Months 3 to 6. You take that same tool to every similar business in the niche. A dental lab tool doesn't need to be reinvented for the next dental lab. It needs to be sold to them. This is where word of mouth inside an industry becomes powerful. These business owners talk to each other at trade shows, in Facebook groups, and supplier meetups. Month 6 to 12, you're running a subscription business. Founders doing exactly this are hitting $300,000 to $500,000 in annual recurring revenue within 12 to 18 months solo. Add 1 or 2 more people, and $1 million in annual recurring revenue is realistic in that same window. Beyond year 1, this is where the real money shows up. Once you own the daily workflow of a business, their scheduling, their records, their billing, you can add payment processing on top and take a cut of every transaction running through your platform. That single move is how software companies like this go from good businesses to genuinely massive ones. The businesses making real money in AI right now aren't the flashy ones. They're the boring ones. The tools built for the industries nobody bothered to look at. Somewhere near you, there's a vet, a dental lab owner, or a contractor doing something manually right now that could be automated in a weekend. That gap is the business. If you want more AI-based business ideas, like and subscribe to the channel.